Ah. I'm sitting here all alone. I'm sitting here all alone. Don't attack the TV, Belle. Don't attack the TV, Belle. Happy New Year, Nelson. I'm glad somebody showed up. Happy New Year, Nelson. I'm glad somebody showed up. This was not the way I expected it to be. This was not the way I expected it to be. I've had enough sandpaper for the year. I've had enough sandpaper for the year. I'm ready for 2023 to be over myself. I'm ready for 2023 to be over myself. At your job or working on a project? At your job or working on a project? Hi, David. I debated on going in today. I just didn't do it. I was going to bring some firewood in, but I didn't even do that. Hi, R&D. I was going to bring some firewood in, but I didn't even do that. Hi, R&D. Yeah, we went to Cazadora's today. Tried something different on the menu. Yeah, we went to Cazadora's today. Tried something different on the menu. Hi, Kegel. Happy New Year. Ready for a new year. Happy New Year. Ready for a new year. I've had pizza too much this week. I've had pizza too much this week. Went and ate some Mexican food. Now you're in Texas, right, Nelson? So you're, what, 3 hours behind us? You're about 5 p.m.? Brian. Hi, Brian. I thought you was 3 hours. Hi, David. I thought you was 3 hours. Hi, David. Yeah, I was supposed to have a couple other people in on this tonight, but that didn't pan out. Yeah, I was supposed to have a couple other people in on this tonight, but that didn't pan out. I'm hoping next year's a lot better year. I'm hoping next year's a lot better year. I'm doing quite a bit of resting today. I'm doing quite a bit of resting. I'm gonna turn that sound down. It's driving me nuts. I got my stilts in from Amazon. That ain't gonna work. I'm live now. If you want to join in, we can remotely. Hi, Sean. Oh yeah, this year the flu it's horrible. And it don't seem to let up. It hit me for about, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks. And yeah, it was awful. Hi, Chris. Thought you was hanging with your family tonight. Yeah, we're just gonna kick back, and after this goes off, we'll probably put a movie in and watch it. Oh, I'm trying to be. I don't get to very often. I've kicked around a few ideas on it. Uh, at one time, before I made it a crew cab, I had it a factory 66 maroon with white from the body line up. And I debated on going back with that, but I'm thinking I need something a little more, I don't know, flashy, I guess. I'm kind of looking at possibly oranges or I don't know, bright blue, something that'll catch your eyes. This chair is comfortable, but man, I feel old in it. Black with BRG decals. Yeah, that Apache, I honestly wish I'd have kept that one. I stopped there because the guy had a C60, 66 C60 setting out front. And I caught this one under the lean-to, and he decided to sell that one to me. So I paid good for that one to begin with, but I made some money on it. Hi, Rusty. Yeah, this chair is nice, but I don't like the power. Hi, Jane. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning more towards the oranges for that crew cab. Orange with the black bed liner, maybe a silver top. Something along those lines. No, the GTO isn't for sale. It's a customer's car. I put it in the storage trailer. Yeah, for the first time in a while, I'm comfortable. No, I use Scorpion. I haven't even listed blown budget. I want to change that dash out before I sell it. Hi, John. Nope. It's got 2000, what year was that? 2015 Buick Enclave leather seats in it. I was going to cut it down, because the seats are high back, I was going to cut them down to low back seats, but everybody that comes in said they like the way the high backs look in it. I've been using Scorpion liner for about 10 years now. Hi, James. You gonna do you another crew cab? Would you mess up on it? The 75-inch TV, and I could barely read them. I'm ready to see that Firebird hit the road. If you guys haven't yet, go check out Chop Shop Art. He did a crew cab as well. A knee knocker. Hi, David. Hi, Justine. I was wondering if anybody'd show up being New Year's Eve. I normally don't have pretty good turnouts on holidays. Now the Mac channel, I was looking through it, and apparently I can't go live until I have so many watch hours. Well, that channel's not going to have regular videos, so I'm not going to get the watch hours. I have to have 1,000 subscribers at minimum, and there's like 4 or 5 different things on there, so I'm not sure what I'll end up doing with that channel. I'd love to keep it just for the lives, but I don't know if that'll pan out. I'm gonna have to do some figuring on it. Yeah, I still say you and I need to get together on a project, James. So do you go by James or Jim? Yeah, a lot of people are under the weather this past month or so. I'm not sure. She's around here somewhere. Hey, Tanya, they're wondering where you're at. Hi, Eric.
Door service with the dogs. I'll step in there in a minute and say hi.
Okay, she said she'll be in a little bit to say hi. You know that blue Suburban that I got here a while back, that one kind of bummed me out. I was expecting the company that did that to have done a lot better job than they did. Jane said I told her she needed to show her face.
I will. I'll be there here shortly.
Can you guys hear her? Yeah, it's a flu with a vengeance. She said she'll be in shortly.
Soon as Belle comes back in.
Soon as Belle comes back in. I'm gonna need a Sprite. I've seen a couple of them pop up past few days on Facebook. I was wondering if some of them were scammers. A couple of them looked really good for the price. And I knew that had to have been something else. Yeah, I think I seen one of them for $2,500. uh,
Come on. Come on in.
Probably online payments only.
You're okay.
I had a guy ask about the 55 today. Talked to him. He said $500. I said, "What? You want one of the extra gauge clusters?" I do, but it's a one-car garage. Step on in here.
Oh, I see how you set it all up.
I can kick back.
You can kick back.
Climb on up here.
No, I don't want to. I feel stupid.
Here. Climb on up here.
All right, I'll sit for a minute. Okay. All right. Where am I at? Okay.
You'll be up in just a second here. There you are. We got about a 5-second delay on our screen.
Yeah. It's weird.
You reading?
No. I didn't. Hi, guys.
Right. Well, hi, Ed.
Okay, guys. Sit down. Just playing my game.
Everybody but Tylee's here. Well, and the
Sorta.
cats.
Yeah. Hi, David. Hi, Jane. David, there's the boss.
I think I missed something. Had somebody ask me
Hi,
earlier this
Rusty.
week about.
Okay, sit down, Bella. Okay, well, I'm gonna get up.
No.
Happy New Year, everybody. And I hope you have a good one. No, go ahead and
She's
chat.
a quitter.
Just chat. It's good seeing you. Well, hearing from you. Okay.
Sean said, hi, Tanya. Glad to hear you're feeling better.
Oh, no, Nelson?
Yeah. Nelson said, hello,
and
Tanya.
Sean. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, love you.
I'll tell you what. I've already put in the video what I got in it. At this point, I want to clear house on a lot of stuff. So if I get a real offer on it, it'll go. Oh, that tailgate. I've got so many hours in that thing, it's unreal. The videos I put up of it is only a portion of the time that I've got in that tailgate. And I've still got to do the latch. I picked up some little magnets. Okay, Bill, I know. I picked up some little magnets and a gas door plunger, I guess you'd call it. I'm going to glue that on there and see if that'll take care of that taillight latch. Oh, I'm ready for spring too. Okay, Eddie, hop down. It just looks like a big giant fuzzball on the TV.
Now she's got some paper.
So I seen your video on the Firebird the other day. Have you gotten it fired up yet? Oh, let's see. Glad you came in, Brian. I got that phone is plugged into the wall, and my other one's about dead too. DD Speed Shop usually lets his go until it dies, and then he ends the live stream. I watched quite a few of them actually. Derek, Vice Grip Garage, BRG, and DD Speed Shop, Half-Ass Customs. Jane, you know the owner of that Mach 1. He's from Minster. I like watching a lot of construction videos. I guess that's kind of my time away from doing this stuff. How much are you lacking on getting it started? I seen you got the fuel tank in there. Yeah, that one did pretty good. Even though there was a couple points in the build where it almost ended. I almost told him to come get it. He'd have me do stuff to it, and then as soon as I'd get done, he'd change his mind and have me redo everything. Tucker Carlson. That name rings a bell. Yeah, that Mach 1, he supplied all the materials for it up to paint. So I didn't have to worry about getting anything. When I told him I needed something, if he didn't like the aftermarket parts, he found original stuff for it. And I think, if I remember right, the driver's fender, the driver's door, and the deck lid are the only things aftermarket on that whole car. Well, the one shop actually, the IRS shut them down. The other shop, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I don't watch any news. We got rid of cable, I think, what, about 4 years ago?
What?
When did we get rid of cable? About 4 years ago?
Yeah, when around Roku TV came out.
Yeah. Yeah, we got rid of cable, got the Roku, and I ain't looked back. I was watching the news in the mornings, but it's the same thing every day. Nah, I'll be up. Our youngest daughter's still out.
I'm tracking her.
She's tracking her now. Yeah, we'll definitely have to get together and do that. I think it'd be a cool video. You're only, would you say, an hour and a half from me? Might have to run over there sometime. Hi, Dan. Dressing up and going to the living room. Me too. I'll tell you, these work shirts are comfortable. Dan, you want to join in? I think I can add you. Going to bed early. You're younger than we are. Hi, Gary.
You're such a natural.
I'm not sure what's going on with the shop right yet. I'm supposed to be moving out to another shop, but I'm not sure what's going on with that just yet. I'm going to stay here until I do find a place. So I know my lease is up, I think, in April. A 5-year lease. And I know I won't be renewing it. I might have to do a month to month until I get something else if something hasn't materialized by then. Should have went live, Dan. You'd have had a lot of views on that. There's a lot of people doing that. Night, Justine. You guys have a great evening. I'll see you in the new year. It's kind of weird being so quiet. I'm used to hearing all the Sanders and stuff. I've got the 72 in the shop that I'm getting ready to start. I've got a few smaller jobs coming in. I don't know. I'm hoping the guy on the GTO will show up with some cash to get back on it one of these days. Thank you, Dave. We have spent a lot of time in updating. They do. They ring all the time. Yeah, once I do move shops, I want to figure something else out for the compressor. If I can, put one of the semi-trailers beside the building and put the compressor in it separated. Yeah, we are a family here. We love having you in here, Justine. Not only in the chat, Stan. You got my numbers. I tried a new nacho thing at Cazadores today. That was really good. It had a really good flavor. It had steak and yard bird and some other kind of meat in it. Don't know what it was. I just ate it. We went to Good Guys here, I think about 6 years ago. It was so hot. Our daughter overheated and it was agitating in there. They didn't even allow you to smoke in the parking lot. Now I won't go back because of that. No, she's only about 4 years old. Bebo,
She's watching me eat fudge.
Bebo, come here. Everybody wants to say hi. Yeah, she's only about 3 or 4 years old. Actually, we wasn't planning on getting any more pets. Tanya texted me at work on my birthday and said, "Hey, Brittany's getting rid of that dog. Do you mind if we get it for, help her out?" Okay. So on my way home, I picked her up.
Oh, telling on me.
What do I think of Bad Chad? He's okay. I'm not fond of some of his designs, but he is a really good fabricator. I look more at what he's doing more than the build he's doing, I guess. And just like everybody makes mistakes, so you can't fault somebody for that. He's doing it. That's great. Keep doing it, and you make a mistake, hey, own up to it and go on. And he does that. Hey, David wants to know if the cookies are ready.
Cookies?
Yeah.
I have peanut butter fudge.
She's actually eating peanut butter fudge right now. He does. He puts in the work. Cool. Send it to me. Hi, Shop Cat. Happy New Year.
The big screen is up.
Do what?
I was talking to Brittany.
Oh.
Did they buy a TV?
Tanya makes all kinds of sweets this time of year. I love it. Awesome. Shoot, you might have to bring that when you come pick it up. Video you doing the song.
Sounds like a
Jane said the peanut butter fudge is yummy.
Oh, good.
She said, oh, good.
I've almost got all mine ate.
She said hers is almost all gone. Hey, wait a minute. I ain't had none.
You haven't?
No.
None at all.
I had the last batch.
I'll save you some.
You'll make more. Hey, I want some more of those Oreo things you made.
Oh yeah. I haven't had any of them.
I only got 3.
I know I'm not a big chocolate person.
When I quit smoking for 3 years. I went from 180 pounds to 239 or something like that. And I was in Southern Ohio 4-wheeling, wrecked an ATV. When I got back, I was cleaning up and I looked in the mirror and I thought, that's not me. I started working out every morning, watching what I was eating, doing this, doing that. I got down right at 150, 155, and I tried to stop losing weight and I couldn't do it. Got down to, what was it, about 135?
What?
When I lost all that weight and I couldn't quit losing.
Oh yeah.
I was nothing but bones. I'd be starving. I'd grab something to eat. We'd go to Cazadores and I'd take 2 or 3 bites and I was done. I was full. Yeah. Losing weight is good until you can't stop losing weight. Now I eat all I want and I can't gain the weight back. Christmas calories don't count. I've never seen Wonka movie. I do stay pretty busy until I'm done. Then I'm done. I get done, eat my dinner, and it's like it's really hard to get motivated to do anything else. By that time, I'm whooped. Hey, Dan wants to know what color your walls are in here. He likes it.
Oh, it's a teal blue.
Just a teal blue, she said.
Yeah, teal blue.
Probably the dollar rack at Walmart.
No. Dollar rack.
The sales rack.
It's dark.
Huh?
It is dark.
Yeah.
But I like it better than white. It's a moody color.
Yeah.
Like,
It's been several different colors. She had that room green.
oh, that
I
green
hate
was
green.
awesome. That green was awesome.
No.
Yes.
It's not the Mach 1 color. This is more of a blue.
Yeah, that's a teal blue.
I'll tell you, I wasn't a fan of I don't like green, but that green on that Mach 1 in the light sparkles. It really jumps at you. Yeah, I think this is teal blue. The Blue Mule is actually teal green. I don't think I have a truck in the kitchen. She decorates. It's her house. I've got the yard, the garage, and the shop. Yeah, that color was a little different. It's a green, kind of like I don't know, like a forest green, I guess. But the metallics in it were blue, which it was really neat. There's factory color for it. I'll tell you, I've dealt with a lot of different paint reps, different companies, I've even had people scan colors to get the correct color. And I haven't had anybody yet get the colors as close as Jimmy does down at J&J Paints. Nice. I had a 72 Nova SS. First vehicle I ever physically built an engine for. That was a fun car. I didn't know hardly anything about engines at all back then. Sheared the gear off the distributor. I know where there's 396 block, nope, 427 block. First legal car. As in your name. My first, let's see, the first vehicle that was put in my name is in my garage. That would be the Blue Mule. Before I started my tow company in 2008, I stopped counting vehicles that I've owned at over 3,500 vehicles. Since 2008, I've probably quadrupled that number. Before I got my license, well, my first car was a 55. That was never put in my name because they was waiting until I turned 16. That car ended up getting sold to put groceries on the table. Let's see, my second vehicle. See, my first vehicle that was in my name is the 65 that's in the garage. My second vehicle was a Panhead Harley. I had it for one day and sold it. Yeah, I can't even remember all the vehicles. Yeah, that's Eddie. I get in my chair and he thinks he has to lay there. My first job was Fairfield Buick in Cincinnati. No, Conley Buick in Cincinnati. I was 14 years old. My mom was the manager of the body shop. My second body shop job was Fairfield Buick in Cincinnati. And I had an 83 Chevette with a 354 speed. And I would drive that from Sydney to Cincinnati every day for $3.30 an hour. That car got in. Yeah, that car ended up destroyed. It got rolled 6 times in for in, 6 times sideways. Had a brand new interstate battery in it. When I got to the tow yard to check it out, I reached in the window and hit the key and it fired right up. Opened the hood, I was going to take my battery and it was split in the middle. Right? Mine didn't. It had a 350 in it. There's 2 firewalls in a Chevette. You take the outside layer off and you have plenty of room for the extra 2 cylinders. What was that car that Rick Hockaday had with the V8 in the back? Was that a Fiero? I can't remember. I know he took off from the traffic light at the spot one day and pulled the front tires about 3 foot off the ground. I've had a few cars that I've done bridge hopping. My cousin, they were out train track jumping one night and landed on a car coming at them. It'll get better, Dan. You're doing good. Keep up the good work, and we will see you next year. I've been seeing a lot of retro cars being built on the Fiero chassis. I had one, and I didn't care for it. When it rained, they had no steering. And it was little. And mine was a GT. Speaking of Fieros, who watched Vice Grip Garage? The Splinter Guinea or something like that? That was on a Fiero chassis. Hey, can you grab me a Sprite?
Yeah.
It's dry in here with that fireplace
You
going.
have one open? No.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna go throw some more wood on that fire.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Cause it's kinda cold.
Yeah, that was it. Lumborghini. Man, when he got inside that thing the first time, I'm like, yeah, this ain't gonna end good. He was much more comfortable in the square body that he ended up driving home. Yep, gotta be Sprite or coffee, one of the two. Unless I'm at a restaurant, I don't drink tap. I don't drink tap Sprite. prefer the root beer if it's tap pop.
It's still running.
Is it?
Yeah.
Was it dying down?
Yeah, a little bit.
Did you put more on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's all good.
We're gonna have to stoke it pretty good before we go to bed.
No. We'll be alright. It'll be okay.
I don't like waking up at 60 degrees. Yeah, I used to drink about a case of Mountain Dew a day. I got pretty sick there for a while and found out that's what it was. And now I can't even drink it. Started having all kinds of issues.
Oh, there's a new cat at the front door.
Great. Stray cats. Yeah, I used to drink about 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and then it'd be Mountain Dew the rest of the day. And yeah, don't do that. Just like the Monster drinks and stuff like that, they ain't good for you. I don't drink a whole lot of pop. I opened this one yesterday when I got home from work and just finished it off a minute ago. Oh yeah, there was nothing better than a Mountain Dew from a bottle. I'd even drink Pepsi back then. Go around collecting empties from everywhere and go buy my cigarettes because, you know, cigarettes were $1 a pack. I like root beer once in a while. I just can't drink it very often. I used to drink Red Pop. When we'd go on trips, that was my thing. I'd get a Red Pop. Not real fond of it anymore. My stepdad, the one I got the Blue Mule from, he worked Pepsi Cola. And when they quit making Sunkist, what was it, back in the 80s, that Blue Mule brought home cases of Sunkist, filled the bed all the way to the top. Hi, Holden. But I drank so much Sunkist, I don't drink anything orange now. That burnt me out on orange pop.
Well, no.
You stoked the fire, now I'm sweating.
Really?
Yeah. I remember I got on a paddle boat down in Cincinnati when I was a kid, and they had cherry Coke. First time I ever heard of it. Of course, you know, my stepdad worked at Pepsi Cola, so we didn't have Coke products in the house. I drank one of them and I loved it. I think that's the only time I've drank it. Thank Thank you, Holden. I appreciate that. Where are you from? Oh, I love candy corn. That's about the only candy of that type that I eat. Too lazy to drink anything in bottles? Ballarat, Victoria. I'm not sure I know where that's at. Yeah, I like candy corn with peanuts. It's a good combination. The problem with cans is the pop goes flat too quick. I don't drink it fast enough for it to stay fresh. Ah, okay. Down in Australia then. Okay. Welcome aboard. Yeah, I really wish the other channel would have allowed me to do the live there, but that's okay. We'll see what I can get worked out. I'll probably still do the lives on this channel. The other one might just be like an extra or something to that nature. Kind of surprised Patrick didn't come in tonight. He's probably not feeling too good with that leg. Okay. I don't know what that tree is. She painted the leaves gold and the trunk white. Hey, Tanya.
Yeah.
What is this tree back here?
It's an artificial. It's an artificial tree that I spray painted on gold. It looked pretty neat.
Yeah,
Aesthetic.
yeah, it's artificial.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't realize you had painted them leaves.
It's the only one I can keep alive.
The only one she can keep alive, she said. Yeah, Tanya's a painter too. She paints the house. I don't mess with it. She actually wet sands pretty good too. Let's see, 1 year ago I was doing the blue and silver Suburban. She come in and helped me on that. I believe it was, Jane. I dig small ponds and landscape, stuff like that. Alligators. I actually had a friend that had a pet alligator. You might have known him, Jane. Warner Schmeezing. He used to go all over the world hunting. And he brought back, I think, from Australia a baby alligator and had a pond dug in his backyard with an 8-foot fence around his whole yard. He had that gator for 20 something years. I've got all kinds of hobbies. I don't have a whole lot of time for hobbies. Even a little burnout on doing the landscaping.
Bite your tongue.
Until she says, let's do this.
That's you.
How's that?
That's you.
Yeah, his cottage is up for sale right now, too. I seen that listed the other day. Dennis posted that one. How many people we got in here? 20 people. What is it? 274 going into Minster. You go out 274, it's on the left-hand side. He's got a huge pond right up by the road, and then the driveway comes kind of around it, and there's a cabin back in there. There's 20 people watching. People, come on, get in the chat.
At least I'm not the only shy one.
Oh, yeah, they will. I was coming back. I went to Florida, down to Miami. Picked up a Trans Am that was salvaged. On the way back, there was a little alligator on the berm of the interstate, and I pulled over. I was going to bring me back a pet. 'Cause I always thought that was cool when Warner had a pet alligator. I pulled over, and I get out, and I start walking up this alligator, and I hear somebody go, and I turned around, there was a cop behind me. He goes, can I ask you what you're doing, sir? I said, I didn't want him to get hit. All the time. I do get burnt out pretty often, actually. And that's why, like, you'll see me work on Blown Budget, or you'll see me work on the crew cab, or, you know, I'll bounce around a little bit. You do get burnt out looking at the same thing day in, day out. Right? Yeah, I settled for sharks. I had 3 or 4 sharks. I'd come home from work and go to feed them. They'd all come right to the top. I had a 14-inch Placo algae eater. And I'd walk in, and as soon as he'd hear the door shut, he'd float up to the top. Pat him on the back. He'd swim off. Yep. Got to do that every once in a while. Now that would be cool. My sister's husband is from Costa Rica, and every time they go down there, I tell them to bring me back a monkey. I want a spider monkey. Yeah, it's on until it freezes so hard that I don't want it to burn the pump up. Well, now's the time to do your own. Doing it for other people's fun and all that, but when you can retire and do your own, well, I guess most people lose the energy They're down in the deep end. They basically go dormant for the winter. They go down about 6 foot and just kind of hover on the bottom. The water only freezes maybe 2 or 3 inches thick out there. I think when we had that really cold spell last winter, I think it got about 1 foot thick. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. I love showing what I do. It's definitely a dying art. Somebody made the comment the other day that I need to get somebody from a JVS or something to that nature. You know, I've tried it. I've had 3 or 4 people from JVS, and they just do not teach them anything these days. Now that would be cool. Ringtail lemur. They'd be hanging from everything in here. Yeah, they come around here too. They haven't messed with the fish. Of course, they also know the dogs don't like them. Personally, I don't like doing Bondo. It's nasty, messy, too much labor to sand it, too expensive for the sandpaper, but it's a necessity unless you get the rare, and I do want to specify that, rare person that wants to pay the labor to have the time invested in making everything perfect. I had a metal shaper on my Facebook page. Man, he would slam me left and right. You know better now. You don't weld it like that. Well, you know what? You got to do it the way the customer pays to their budget. I work with everybody's budget, and it just, you got to do what you're paid to do. You'll go broke. You'll go bankrupt if you make everything perfect and not get paid for it. There was very minimal Bondo in that Mach 1. Very minimal. The roof had been caved in. His kids were born with that car sitting in the garage, and they're now in their 20s, and they grew up walking all over that car. That roof was caved in, kinked. The first time I went and looked at it, I think it had a transmission setting up on the roof. Yeah, it was pretty beat up, but he wanted it nice and straight. There was a very thin layer on the worst parts of that car where the metal was just so stretched that you couldn't get it perfect. Yeah, there wasn't much in it. A little here and there, but that one I was using, when you seen the black panels, that was a primer that I used to use called Tamco. I used it for a while. It's real comparable to the Evercoat 4-to-1. All the mixtures were the same as the Evercoat 4-to-1. The problem I had is they're mail order only. So when I needed something, I needed it. And when it takes a week for them to get it shipped to you, that's a week of downtime. So I quit using them. He put the original 351 4-speed back in it. I think it was bored 30 over, but kept everything factory specs as much as possible. Yeah, I can see that. The 29 Buick that just left, that one was, I think, came in 2019. The Challenger that is in the trailer come in 2017, I believe. Something like that. I haven't never used anything waterborne. I'm not set up for it. My paint rep said when it's time, he'll set me up for it, and I said I'll retire my paint gun at that point. It's too expensive for me to set up. You don't know how to edit, Rusty? I think everybody has anger problems at times. My favorite car to work on has to be 64 to 66 Chevy trucks. Man, my phone's going nuts over here. I started my shop working in a 2-car garage, working on the Blue Mule. A guy contacted me and said he'd like me to do his truck, and said it was his late dad's truck and wanted me to restore it. Every body panel on that truck was factory from that truck in 1966. Thanks, Sean. I restored that truck body, and he come picked it up, took it to Tennessee, and I went down a couple times and helped him put it on the frame and things like that. But he drove it for a summer, and Holly carburetors. That's why I won't own one. That was one of the vehicles that burnt. Yeah, that was, I can't remember the code. I don't think I've got it wrote down anywhere. I might have it downstairs in my office, but I'm thinking it was like an antique white and gold. No, it burnt the hood, firewall, windshield, dash, things to that nature. But Haggerty come out, took pictures of it, and cut him a check for more than he paid me to do the whole truck. And he kept the truck non-salvaged. He at that time he had started apprenticing at a body shop, so they redid it.
Wow.
That truck was in a photo shoot. What is it, Trucks Magazine or something like that? But I never seen the article or nothing on it. The guy that I sold the Apache to, I did a 66 short bed fleet side for him. That truck is wild. Yeah, before it burnt. Let's see. I did the body work up to the final prime. Then he took it and they did, I think, QA1 chassis. It lays frame, I think, on 24s. I think I've heard of Legendary Motors. Uh, I actually have, I think, 3 customers that live within 5 miles of Gas Monkey. In fact, that's where the Apache's at now. His 66 is there. Another customer is 73. The orange and black 73 Camaros down there. Let's see, what other one was there? 59 Ford truck, I believe. 58, something like that. I've done a lot of vehicles for, oh man, for people all over the United States. I've done a couple for Canada, one for Mexico. I think the farthest away that I've had a customer come was Houston, Texas. I don't see something here. Hey, we've still got 20 people watching. That's surprising. An hour and 15 minutes of me jabbering. Well, we got less than 3 hours till the new year. I know I, for one, am glad to see 2023 end. Happy New Year's. See you next year, Rusty. I quit watching NASCAR when Petty quit racing. See you next year, David. Yeah, I'm going to say by March of this year, I was ready for the year to end. Yes, I appreciate all of you. There wouldn't be a channel without you. At all. Kill Yarborough died? I didn't hear nothing about that. Well, tomorrow night's premiere, I block sand the bedsides on the Suburban. I'm going to have a couple spots to touch up with primer just so it's got coverage over places that I went through. But other than that, it looks absolutely beautiful. I do a lot of talking in that video too. It's funny, the TV's got like a 5-second delay. It makes it kind of more enjoyable because as I'm doing stuff, normally I zone, I get into the zone and I just go. I'll be thinking about what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But with the YouTube, it's like I have to train myself to physically speak what I'm thinking. Because normally I just, in my head, it's a little different. It makes it more fun, actually. Thank you, Gary. A Happy New Year to you, too. I honestly hate voiceover. I've tried it a few times and it's yeah. Of course, I hate my voice anyways. And then when I'm trying to voice over, I don't know, it just sounds funny when it's not part of the video, I guess. Yeah, it took me over an hour to do that. I don't have that much time. We was waiting to take Tylee to go get her paycheck and go to eat. We stopped by her mom's for a little bit. So I was editing that video this morning. I wasn't planning on doing that today. It was just spur of the moment. What editing app do you use, Sean? Yeah, the voiceover took me an hour to do. It took about 3 hours to put that all together. By the hour. There's no possible way to quote a job not physically knowing what you're doing. Just like the 72, he asked me what I normally charge to do a cab. Well, it's kind of hard to judge that, especially never seeing the cab in your life. Look up Vita, Vita. If you have an iPhone, look up Vita. That's the best editing app I've found. But he asked me what its average to do a cab, and I've done, I don't know, probably 50 of those cabs in the past couple of years. On average, for the normal rust repair on a 60 to 66 Chevy truck cab, you're looking between $5,000 and $7,000. Now, once you get into it, 9 out of 10 times you're going to find more. The chin up in front of the roof, under, just above the windshield, those go bad a lot. On the inside, let's see, I've had a couple of them that the back windows were rotted out on. You know, honestly, I've been watching some channels. Actually, I subscribe to a few of them that I really like the jobs that they do. But their language is too harsh for me. Casey's Customs is one of them. I admire his enthusiasm. I admire his work that he does, the projects that he does. Even though they're not really my style, I love the builds. But I can't handle the language. Well, we're rolling up on an hour and a half here. Actually, we just passed an hour and a half because I started about 10 minutes early. Is there anything anybody would like to ask me before we get ready to close this thing out? You know, I've heard that before. Yeah, they will really shut you down for music. I've been fighting it. Even on Vita, all their music is supposedly copyright free because they paid the copyright fees. There is one, I can't remember the name of it, but one artist in that app, I get copyrighted every time I put one of their songs on there. I've been doing body work since I was 14. I worked for my dad in his fab shop from, let's see, 1990 or 91 all the way up till 2011. Run fabrication. I left his shop and, well, actually, in the meantime, while working for him, back and forth, because I quit a few times, and you know, that happens. But I have owned 3 tow companies over the years. In 2011, I left his shop. Hi, Greg. And then I went to another fab shop as a welder and worked my way up. I was basically, what was that title? Special projects, something or other. But I was over the fab shop area. Brake press operators, CNC, over the laser, the punch press, shears, all that stuff. And then it just, yeah, I was done. I was ready to go full time. In all the time that I did all that, I did body work on the side too. So I never got away from it. Well, first video of the year drops at 8 p.m. tomorrow Eastern. Yeah, I got those stilts in today, and that's not gonna, yeah, my legs won't hold up to it. I assembled them, and I stood up on them, and I tried to lift my leg, and that was it. And I knew right there my legs won't hold up to them. So a buddy of mine's gonna buy them off of me. I guess I'm just gonna have to do it like I did that blue Suburban, drag a ladder around, do the top, get it completely done, tape it off, and then do the rest. Thank you, Jane. We feel the same way. We feel that the Mac community is all family. Thank you, Greg. That's a really nice car. The one and only that we took from basically scrap all the way up. He could have drove that car home that day instead of trailering it.
Okay, let me check.
Another cat.
I don't know. Probably Odie.
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna say I wish every one of you a prosperous new year, and I pray for each and every one of you to gain in your health, your family lives, and your financial lives. So
Amen.
I can't wait till next year. I pray that everything amplifies for all of us. And I pray we all have a blessed year. I will see you tomorrow night. Now, how do I turn this thing off? Happy New Year, everybody.
Aw. I feel so stupid looking at
Come here.
myself in the
Come here. From us to you, we wish you a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And thank you all.
Yes. Okay. That's awesome.
All right.
I hate my smile.
See you all tomorrow.